Aircraft Gray TCP-1216 is now being painted on the interior of the fuselage halves, along with the chair, seat, gauge stand, and the control stick. We are spraying at 28 psi using a medium tip. Notice we are spraying directly from stock. No thinning is required. Only the cockpit area needs to be sprayed. If any paint is left in the cup when you are finished, you can pour whatever is left back into the bottle. TCP-1250 interior green is being hand painted on the injection seat cushion. Note that we do not disturb the interior gray that we have already sprayed on this part. Also notice that we can hand paint this military color directly from the bottle. Flat black TCP-805 is being hand painted on the tip of the control stick. Now we are ready to cement all the components for the cockpit together. I am using CA for this phase of the assembly, as everything here has already been painted. Place CA where the injection seat goes on the chair and cement in place, being careful to align it in the well, or else the halves of the fuselage won't sit properly. Cement the control stick and the stand to the assembly and set everything aside. Since we are building this F.1C Mirage into a 3-color camouflage scheme, the first color I am painting on the parts is the aluminum on the bottom of the wings, stabilizers, struts, rockets, fuel pod, and any other components that are visible on the underside of the aircraft. I am spraying TCP-013 gloss aluminum at 28 psi directly from a production bottle of this color. Spray back and forth on all sides, turning the cardboard support as necessary to ensure complete coverage of all the components. Note that some of the parts in the beginning section are turned over, and the second side is also painted aluminum using the same technique. You can see how nice this gloss aluminum paint sprays on these parts. TCP 1226 titanium is being sprayed on the exhaust at 28 psi. TCP 311 safety yellow is now being sprayed on each side of the ladder that will be attached to the Mirage. I am using the same technique as shown previously. I need to apply TCP 900 masking paper to some parts we have painted earlier in this video to protect them from overspraying other colors that need to be done to produce a camouflage pattern on the Mirage. The wings and stabilizers have to be masked on the aluminum side. Taking small pieces of masking paper and peeling off the backing paper, which is not an easy task using a gloved hand, place them on the surface of the aluminum painted part. Try not to touch the opposite side of each part with the ungloved hand so as to prevent transferring oils from your hand onto the unpainted side. Use a metal or plastic burnisher to secure the masking paper to the surface of each part and the edges of each part. Mount these parts onto painter's tape with the masking side down for subsequent painting. The insides of the fuselage and the cockpit area needs to be masked as this was painted interior gray. Taking small pieces of TCP 900 masking paper, fit them to the inside of each fuselage half. Use a burnisher to secure the mask as best you can to the interior. When completed, mount on painter's tape in the position to paint the surface of each half. After masking the wings and stabilizers on the aluminum side, we are spraying the first of two camouflage colors on the tops of these parts and a few other parts that are on the surface of this aircraft. The color we are using here is TCP 1325 blue-gray, and I am spraying at about 28 psi in a back and forth motion as I have done many times before. Note that I am spraying the paint out of a stock 1 ounce bottle of the TCP 1325 with a Badger adapter. No dilution is necessary. Each fuselage half was masked inside to protect the interior gray paint that was sprayed very early in this video. Now, TCP 1325 blue-gray is being sprayed on the surface of both halves using the same technique I have done throughout this video. Lastly, the parts that go on the fuselage that need to be sprayed TCP 1325 on the second side is also being painted. The small refueling nozzle is being painted TCP 010 gloss black at about 28 psi.